Test is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Well, hi everybody. Thanks for joining us. The room is filling up nicely as we speak. This is Imarketslive, possibly the last webinar before the company globally launches. If you could just start off in our usual way by putting a Y in the box, and that way we know that we're coming through to you loud and clear. And a second Y would be useful to say that you can see our screens okay. So two Ys would be great. Perfect. That's what I like. Quick off the mark, Mr. Monaghan, as I bang, bang, bang. Brilliant. Thanks, guys. That's good to know. We have Mr. Jeremy Bly, my partner in crime, business partner here from the UK. Hi, Jeremy.
Hi Lee, how you doing?
I'm
Hello everybody.
really, really good. Really good. Just can't
You
wait to get
excited,
Vegas
Lee?
up and running. I can't wait. I just
Oh,
can't wait. You?
yeah, same here. Oh, just same here. I've got so much to do, but and it's kind of Vegas sort of really because we've been busy. I think it's kind of crept up on us, and it's now sort of hit me that it's in less than 36 hours I'm going to be on an aeroplane. So
Yeah, it's,
yeah,
it's
really
extraordinary
exciting
how
times.
quickly it has come around, and I know, well, corporate is still doing a phenomenal job. They're still adding more to the agenda, so it's going to be one hell of a bash. And guys, what we're going to try and do is we have pledged to do a hangout rather than a webinar, so you've got some visual interaction from Vegas itself. So as soon as we know what the structure is and what Wi-Fi we've got in what locations, we'll broadcast to the groups, Skype chat rooms, and so on, the date and time that we're going to do that hangout. And we'll try and factor in, obviously, that it'll be available 24/7, obviously being a hangout, not a webinar. So you'll be able to click on that link at any time and watch it. But I think that'll be great to give you some insight as to what's going on from Vegas. Back to today. Well, what we're going to do is, for those of you who are here for the first time, and I know there's a lot of you, that's great to see the room filling up. We're going to do the business presentation. We're going to go through that. We're going to give you some insight as to a couple of the things that are going to be launched at Vegas. I can't go into too much detail, but Jeremy and I will share you some really important things that you need to be focusing on now to make a huge difference to you financially once those fireworks are lit on the 21st of September and the company launches globally. We're going to give you an update on traffic, which is Jeremy's world, and just where we are with the traffic, etc., to your sales funnel, your IML sales funnel, and pick up a couple of bits and pieces. I'm just looking. There was a possibility that Linda Helen was herself was going to be able to join us on the call, and I'm just flicking through to see whether she's managed to get away, but she has a lot on her plate at the moment with what's going on at Vegas. So if I see her drop into the room, we'll bring her in for a quick chat, which will be great. Okay, please feel free. We'll be doing Q&A all in one go right at the end of this presentation. So please have your questions ready. Think about those now. Happily, we'll cover those and give you the answers that you're looking for if we possibly can. And Jeremy and I are just going to ping through these slides for you, for those of you that are not familiar with them, to give you some background on what Imarketslive is all about and what is about to be launched globally in the next couple of days. So let's get on and do that. Okay, well, as it says here on the slide, IML is the merging of two of the most powerful industries, and that's trading, so stock market, forex, futures trading, that type of trading is what I'm referring to, and network marketing, or AKA people sharing. And as Christopher Terry, I like to read this through because it really gives you an idea about Christopher the person and his vision for the company. And he's got his own words at the bottom, but IML is in essence a vehicle of permanent wealth creation. It is not just for the elite. It's not just for the experienced, and it isn't just for the wealthy. IML makes products available and affordable for all to enter the trading industry with a level playing field, and then to truly be able to leverage the combined decades of expert experience. And Christopher quotes, and I quote from him, the idea of Imarketslive came from 14 years of retailing my education, services, and mentorship in partnership with other expert traders, which produced some of today's most successful and recognized traders and analysts worldwide. I decided the time was right to create a path to help everyone who is struggling in their daily lives or just wanting to achieve more. And our products do just that. And I'd just like to interject with that on speaking to Christopher and getting to know him as a person, that can sound like a real cliche. With him, it isn't. He has that wealth, that financial freedom. He's not short of money, let me tell you. And from that point of view, what he genuinely cares about now is trying to enable everybody to enjoy the lifestyle that he has. And with his experience, this is how IML has come about. He's realized that he's got the knowledge now and the team, and it's the right time to facilitate and put into place IML to be able to change your lives. As it says there also, this is not only for those who want to learn how to trade as a profession, but also for parents, caregivers, and people already working that just don't have the time to learn. IML is a powerful system of products which now allows virtually everyone to become successful in trading. Now, don't worry about the trading side of it. If you don't really want to know the ins and outs of trading, you don't have to. We're going to show you how a simple signal service sent to your PC gives you the green light of what to follow and what not to follow. And as Christopher says, there is a better way than what you are doing now to create real wealth. And I am living proof of that. I feel blessed to be able to bring you these products and this opportunity to meaningfully change your life for good. And what we'll do is we'll now take you through some of those products. Christopher's background. Jeremy, do you want to run through this slide?
Yeah, absolutely, no problem. Okay, Christopher Terry, full-time trader and educator since 1998 in the futures, forex, and equity markets. Over the years, he has built a worldwide following and has travelled extensively throughout the USA, Europe, Asia, and South America, educating on how to increase financial independence. Mr. Terry has helped thousands of traders across the globe reach financial independence, and then they themselves go on to become successful mentors and educators both in the media and online. Since 2001, Mr. Terry has been a favourite speaker at many of the major derivative conferences for Money Show, Traders Expo, Trade Station, and Traders Library. So in essence, is he very qualified? Yes, he is. And if you were to Google Christopher Terry, like I did, you'll find nothing but good reviews and everything else. So what if you could learn a new profession and earn while doing it? What if your income stopped today? How long could you live in the lifestyle you are living now? And what if you could get connected to an education platform where you could work at your own pace, mentored by the best in the industry? Now, you know, obviously we've spoken with Chris, and like Lee said, we've got to know him over the last few weeks. And one of the things as well, not everybody has time to be able to learn exactly how to make money from the forex and everything else. And I personally know, and I have people in my team that have spent thousands and thousands of pounds going on these courses, which are weekend courses, 3 or 4 day courses, and literally spending an absolute fortune to try and get the knowledge for obviously all these things. The great thing about IML is there's the signal service where you can literally set up your signal service, go to work, go about your day, and still be able to make money from the forex without having to spend hours upon hours upon hours. And this is the great thing about it. You can literally earn while you learn, and it's a little bit of a cliche, but with this it really is the case. So if you want to put 2-3 hours a day into your education to learn about the forex, you can do. If you're like me and you simply want to concentrate on the network side of it, set up your signal service and go about your day, you can do that as well. So from that point of view, it's absolutely fantastic. Now, how big is the forex market? You see there on the little graph we've got here, you've got the London Stock Exchange, worth 7.2 billion. This is daily, by the way. Tokyo Stock Exchange, which is worth $18.9 billion per day. You've got the New York Stock Exchange, worth 22.4 billion. And the forex market is worth a whopping $5 trillion per day. So we often talk about, would you like a slice of that market? Well, I think most of us will be happy with just a few crumbs of a
That'll
$5
do for me.
trillion a day market. And I remember when Lee said the slice, I'm thinking a slice. You know, crumbs will do on this one because it is absolutely massive. And unlike the NASDAQ, the Dow, and other trading markets, the Forex market is open 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, with a consistent flow of steady trading from around the world. It's a great opportunity for those who like to learn and earn in the market. That's 24, not 24/7, 24/5.
I think one of the
But
points with this,
it's,
Jeremy, to just emphasize to people is that, this is an online business, a global business, and a business that really never sleeps. So,
yeah,
just think about it. If you've got a system, and we're going to talk about the signal service and show you some information, but let's say somebody sends you a signal and you can turn your PC on autopilot that allows you to follow what's going on in the trading rooms, and they are trading round the clock. We're going to explain that to you in a moment. So these signals will come through 24 hours a day, and all you're going to do is set your system to follow those and a protocol of what you want to trade with, be it your own demo account, which again we're going to come on to, so a practice account with not real money, or even your own capital. So, you can do that. You can do that 24 hours a day. What other business do you know where you can actually do that? You can trade round the clock, go to bed, wake up in the morning, and look to see exactly what you've made whilst you've been asleep. It's an extraordinary opportunity.
no, and can I just say, Lee, as well, we talk about um, obviously, setting up the signal service. It's something I kind of been focusing on the other side of it. But last week I set up the signal service, and it really was as easy as IML said it would be. And to actually go, what you have to do to go on daily, and we say it's 2 minutes a day just to make sure it's all set up. It doesn't even take that. It actually takes less than 30 seconds. So once you've got it all set up properly, it's really a piece of cake.
Which is great. Some fun facts for you about Forex. Well, the Forex market is open 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, as we said. And there's some very, very exciting news that'll come out of Vegas, which we can't tell you, unfortunately. But watch this space. And that's specifically to do with trading. And well, if you thought this was good as a business model at the moment, wait till you hear what's going to be launched at Vegas. Over 1/3 of the trades in the market, 34.1%, are generated from the UK. So there's a fact you didn't know today. Or maybe you did. The United States dollar is by far the most commonly traded currency in the world, since it's considered to be the reserve currency. Over 80% of all transactions in the Forex market, which is a staggering number, 80%, involve the USD. The major Forex trading centers are London, New York, Tokyo, and Sydney. And a fundamental analysis, if you ever hear that phrase bandied around once you get into IML, is a Forex study using economic and political factors such as unemployment rates, interest rates, or inflation as a means of predicting currency movements. And I think what that last phrase does is it actually explains how much there is to understanding about trading on the Forex market. And those, as Jeremy mentioned, people who've gone in and got their fingers burnt, they've gone out, spent thousands, gone to these crash courses, and we'll look at some of the competition, in inverted commas, that claim to be out there to help you, and then have been left high and dry. Nick Stoddard, who we've had on a couple of our hangouts and webinars before, one of the London traders, has 20 years experience. And one thing he rammed home to everybody was simply the fact that you just cannot go away for a weekend and come back and expect to get it right. You're going to get burned. And if it's taken 20 years for him to understand the trading world, and more specifically 15 in Forex, you can understand how much there is to learn. And for me personally, well, this is just me, but I don't want to know all the ins and outs. What I want is someone in my corner like Nick Stoddard or Lewis, etc., who are going to predict what's going on, who are trading with their own money and trading with their clients' money and sending me a signal that I can just follow. And if that works, then fantastic. Jeremy, over to you.
Okay, well, the two flagship products, because it's something whenever you share any business with somebody, most people say, well, what is the product? Well, with this, It's really, really straightforward. And you know, there's no with this, you don't have to go around the houses to actually tell people what the products are. And often I speak to some people, and it's obvious they don't know themselves. Now, with this, it's very, very simple. It's two flagship products. One is the Signal service, which, as we've said before, is basically you can set your computer, your device, to mirror exactly what the traders are doing, the expert traders, on absolute autopilot while you sleep. So your trades will mirror their trades, and you will hopefully make money, obviously through Forex. The other side of the product, and it's quite a very important one, is it's a live trading educational service. Now, this isn't just some robot that sends you, like I say, a signal. These are real traders trading in real time. And when you actually set up your signal system and your live trading room from your back office, you will literally have access to the trading room where you can interact with the expert traders, and they will also talk you through what they've done in real time as well. So it really is. It's not the sort of educational service training you would get from a book or anything like this. This is real live training, and it is absolutely second to none.
This will give you some of the ideas of a couple of the traders I've mentioned: Nick Stoddard and Lewis Labara. Christopher Terry sits over everybody. There are now up to 6 expert traders with, I think, over 100 years combined trading experience that are reading the markets and then sending us those signals. I use this analogy a lot, but it just really hits home to me. I mean, it's just, to me, it's the equivalent of somebody ringing me today and saying, just to let you know, Lee, but I've got 5 out of the 6 winning lottery numbers for this weekend. Would you like them? I mean, yes, of course. Of course I would. And, you know, you don't have to, that might sound like a ridiculous analogy, but it isn't, because you've got a demo account that we're going to come on and show you so that you can use this practice account to show you that it's exactly the same as that, where you can literally wait for these trades to come through. And you know, ask yourself this question: if these, and don't quote me on the numbers they're getting right, but if these guys are getting 9 out of 10 trades right, or 20 out of 30 in a week, or, you know, whatever the numbers are, would you want to do them? I mean, it's as close to a sure thing as you can. Now, bearing in mind there are no guarantees. So these guys are human. They're predicting what the market is doing. And of course, they get some wrong. And that's only to be expected. This isn't a get rich quick scheme. This is these guys sitting in your corner being able to read the markets and send you a signal that you decide whether or not you're going to follow it. And I can tell you, there's no comparison out there. There is no competition. There is no 5 or 6 traders working round the clock on those various markets doing that. It's outstanding as a concept. You've just got to decide whether or not it's right for you, and whether or not this side of the business is where you want to be focusing on, or whether it's the people sharing. For me, it's both. I want to do both, and I'll tell you, and Jeremy and I will go through how we're approaching it. As Jeremy said on the Signal service, what you need to understand is that you don't have to be a master trader in order to successfully exploit the markets. Well, why would you? You don't really need to understand anything at all about it if you don't want to. You just use the signal. As Jeremy said earlier on, it's not a robotic software. It links through in real time to real expert traders. In addition to that, you can see how quickly the signal comes through. It's 0.0008 of a second from when that trader makes and executes his trade to when you receive that signal. It's got built-in protective stops. Now, IML have no access to your account at all. You've got complete control over that, and for that reason alone, you have to select your own brokerage company. They can give you some recommendations, but that's down to you to find your broker. Your money is your money. What you make in your trading account is not touched by IML. They can't even access your account. As you can see on there, The platform that's used in order to facilitate the signals is the MT4, the MetaTrader 4 platform, and it's structured in such a way so that around the clock you're never going to miss a trade. So the bit that we were going to come on to, which obviously is in red at the bottom and highlighted, is the practice trading demo account. I call it the Monopoly account because it's familiar to me in that way. You're playing with Monopoly money, not real money. You can take a week, you can take a month, or you could take 6 months until such time that you can see that the signals that are being sent to you are profitable. And believe you me, once you hear the announcement in Vegas of what is about to be bought to IML, you'll want to move from your demo account very, very swiftly across to your own capital. And as I said, Jeremy and I will take you about maybe one way that you can approach and start doing exactly that. And the signal service, well, very simply, I think we've covered it, but you can see that you can be anywhere in the world. It comes from the trading room to a server. It pings from the server through to your PC, and you could either be studying it, in front of it, glued to it, like some of us, addicted to our devices. It could be on your PC, it could be on a tablet, or it could be on a smartphone. You can see there's an option of a single mum there maybe at home with looking after the children, who just drops onto the laptop when she's got some time. Or the flip side is actually not being there at all, being remote, leaving it on autopilot, going about your day and then come back at the end of the day and see what's gone on. You've got every single option that you could possibly want.
So what you're saying, Lee, is that you could effectively be playing golf, shopping, on the school run, fishing, shopping, anything you want to be doing.
That's exactly what I'm saying. You could be absolutely anywhere. The only thing you've got to do is log on for 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes according to one of your team members, Jeremy, but less than 2 minutes to set it up, trigger it, go about your day. You've already set your protocols on how you want to trade, and it'll just mirror what the traders are doing. You come back, and if they are as good as I'm telling you that they are, then whether it's 7 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 15 out of 20 trades that are successful, you can then look to see exactly how the day has gone. I mean, it's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
I think we've covered most of the points there, but the bottom line is there is no learning curve. Okay, the stop losses are in place. You can either immerse yourself and give yourself a new career learning everything about the markets, or you can simply, as Jeremy just said, turn your signal on and go and play golf for the day. Jeremy, the trading educational room.
Yep. Okay. IML's expert trading team is made up of highly qualified professional traders. IML currently covers the Forex markets up to 24 hours per day, 5 days per week. I'm sure we've said that before. Soon this service will include speciality trading rooms to accommodate members of all skill levels from novice to expert. So at the moment, there's one room, but what they're going to be doing, and again, this should be coming very shortly after Vegas, is they're actually going to have different rooms for different skill levels. So if you're a complete beginner, if you're intermediate or you're an expert, you're going to have a choice of rooms to be able to actually go in with and actually be liaising with the expert traders. So that is, again, that's fantastic. You are linked live to the expert trading rooms where you're able to look over the shoulders of our trading team to see and learn the strategies that allow them to win daily within the markets. Live daily instruction with clear, easy to understand explanations in real time. You're encouraged to ask questions and will be given answers in real time. So, can you imagine if you just walked in somewhere onto a trading floor and just tapped someone on the shoulder and being able to actually ask them questions in real time as to what they've actually done and why they've done it? This is what IML gives you. It is absolutely unparalleled. Benefit from extensive inventory videos, ebooks, and other quality resources in the members library that will teach you how to trade using the lingo of master traders to further your education. So there's going to be lots of reference points in your back office, videos, ebooks, and other quality resources that are going to help you learn a trade. Now, what's to say that you could eventually, as you're learning, to trade the Forex, that you could build up a very, very large trading account, and then what's to stop you from being able to trade with other people's money, and actually have a new career in that. That's the other thing. Um, so live trading educational room. Look, listen, learn. Get your questions answered. So
Yeah, I think in a nutshell, I mean,
it's
you should understand that we've painted the picture. You've got these traders that you interact with. It's live, it's real. These guys are experts. You can get involved as much or as little as you want to, and have an ability to immerse yourself if you see fit to do so. So that you can look at charts, analyze them. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. If you have no interest in forex other than actually making money in the easiest possible way, that's the beauty of IML. You've got the options. You do what you want to do. I can't imagine anybody not doing both, but maybe that's the case. I think even people coming in who just want to trade will not just trade. They'll want to share this with other people and reap the rewards for doing so.
Well, I think you've hit the nail on the head there, Lee. And I think a lot of people come into a business and they say, "Oh, I don't want to recruit. I don't want to," and it isn't really a case of not wanting. It's really a case of not knowing how to or anything like that. But if somebody came in and just said, I just want to get involved in the trading side of it. I don't want to get involved in the network marketing side." But then, like you say, whether it's 7 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 20 out of 25 signals, are they really, really not going to share it with their friends? Are they really, that's the thing. You may set out not wanting to be involved in one certain aspect of the business, but I'll guarantee you that when it really starts working for you, you're not going to be able to help yourself from sharing it with other people.
No, I think that's right, and I think that what you will find is that we do it naturally. We're all compulsive recommenders. You can't help it. If you had a great experience and you're just astonished, as I am with IML, and I've been in business development on and offline for a long time, and I've never seen a company as well structured, well supported, as well thought through, and offers such a unique product to the masses, everybody around the world, as IML does. And I think, Jeremy, a guy I know you've been speaking to, but you just when you see what is on the table here, and you believe it, and you're in it, and you're immersed in it, and you're astonished by it, you go overboard. I mean, Jeremy's got a guy I know that he's been speaking with the last couple of days. I don't think he's on the call at the moment, and I don't normally single people out, but I'm going to talk about John Smith, Jeremy. Who
Yeah.
has come in, I think, in 48 hours, and has just seen what is here and gone out and quite simply told as many people as he can about this. Do you want to just add a little bit more meat to the bone on that?
Yeah, I mean, he's actually somebody that's somebody I brought in. They brought in someone, and they brought in John, and so I think John's probably on my level 3, level 4. But he, like I say, he's come into the business, and literally within 24 hours of joining, I think he had his first 4 people, and I think now, another 48 hours later, I think he's got 7 people. He's coming to Vegas, and he's just absolutely immersed himself with it, and he's just showing people the opportunity, and it's working. There's not many people that you actually speak to that aren't interested. When you show them what it is, there's not many people that aren't interested. But this is just an example. Somebody has come in and just took immediate action. And what is that worth to me, Lee? I mean, somebody 4 or 5 levels below us. He's filling. I'm noticing that my matrix is filling up all the time, and this guy that's come in with this positive attitude and just sharing the opportunity, has increased. I don't really want to talk particularly about figures, but he's increased my monthly residual income and Lee's, quite immensely. Just in a few days, it's absolutely incredible. But he's come in with a vision of saying he's decided to get in, and then he's worried about he's then going out and just doing it. And I think it's absolutely phenomenal. I'm glad you mentioned it, actually, because I think he does deserve a
Yeah, he
very
does,
big
and I think
well done.
he's not the only person doing that. I've singled him out because his example has been absolutely outstanding. 24 hours, 48 hours, 7 people. as a fact have joined the business via him. And do you know what? Any of you that are sitting there saying, well, I'm not very good at that, you don't need to be. We have a fantastic system in place, and Jeremy and I are on three-way calls, Skype calls, probably now all day. And our mandate for the company, we sit on the board of advisors, is clearly after Vegas has launched to help you guys build your business. Now, what you do is you simply go to your inviter, your sponsor, and ask them to assist you with a three-way call, a Skype call or a webinar call. And so it's a show and tell. You're not trying to sell anything to anybody. It's just simply, I'm here. I'm going to give you a gift. I'm going to do you a favor by showing you what this business is about. Now, it's going to take a while if you're just about to start for you to understand it inside out. So, we appreciate the fact that you're probably not best placed to talk somebody else through what the business can currently offer. So you use your inviter and sponsor to do that, and you get involved in a three-way call. Don't just pass it to your sponsor to do. That's not on. What you've got to do is you've got to get immersed with that, listen to what your inviter and sponsor says to your prospects on your behalf, be on the three-way call, and that way you get more comfortable in doing the same. But Jeremy and I and most of the people will be focusing on doing exactly that right the way through till the end of this year, because we've got a responsibility with something that's being launched in Vegas where rankings, and we're going to talk to you about that in a short while, become very, very important. And that means the position that you have within the company. We talked loosely on competition, and we won't dwell on this slide because I didn't genuinely believe there isn't anybody. There's nobody out there as a company. These are workshops you can go off to, and trading seminars, and a monthly robotics signal service, etc. You can see the prices they charge. $9,000 for the one on the left, $5,000 plus a monthly subscription of $200 in the middle, and $1,500 for a robotic prediction of what the market's going to do. This is not having 6 expert traders in your corner reading the markets that you can interact with. And it certainly isn't a system that allows you to follow it on autopilot and make money. And that's what you're paying for here. Recap, well, I think we've recapped. We're talking about real lifetime trading. We're talking about a unique signal service that you can set on autopilot if you wish to and go about your day, and an opportunity to have a training and education platform that you can start to glean from as much information as you possibly could want if you want to build your own career. And how much do you think this is all worth? Well, I can tell you that the membership today, and I'm really going to spend 5 minutes talking about today, is $1,500. That's $1,500 to become and to be locked in for life as a founder member. Well, what does that mean? Well, I can tell you from my experiences in business, and I'm sure Jeremy will share the same, that we've seen some phenomenal businesses develop where the founder members, the people that got in before the company actually launched, are the very people that reap all the rewards very early on. And why is that? Well, most of these companies have matrix or positioning within the company. And of course, if you're in there early, you're positioned much closer to the top. So naturally, if it's about your matrix filling, which this is, and we're going to explain that to you, then of course being positioned as high up as you possibly can be has a huge advantage because you reap those rewards ahead of other people below you. So there's the first thing. Secondly, there is normally an incentive in place, and there is here, for being a founder member. And therefore you are you're in a position to take advantage of that, lock that in, and not only for now or next month, but for life. So what we're going to go through is to tell you exactly what you've got available to you today that will not, and I emphasize, will not be on the table after the launch in Vegas. Jeremy, you had a conversation with somebody 10 minutes before we came on this call who was thinking about leaving their membership and joining IML until after Vegas. How did that go?
Yeah, I mean, I've spent a fair bit of time explaining how the business works and everything else, and he was speaking to a couple of people, and his decision was more kind of based on whether these two people were going to come in, and because they haven't really had a good look and spoke to me themselves and had a good look at the opportunity, they said, well, what we're going to do, we're gonna wait till Jeremy comes back from Vegas and see what happens
Must be
when Jeremy
insane.
gets back from Vegas. Well, the only thing that's going to happen, well, I said the only thing that's going to happen when I get back from Vegas is that you're going to be making 15% less minimum, and you know, I may or may not have a suntan. I mean, that's the only thing that's really going to change. I'll burn easily, so it's probably the latter. But you know, it's going to, you know, nothing really changes. This is the kind of thing, and I said to him, look, if you need to do it now. If you and I understand that you want these two people to come in with you so that you know you've got your two and everything else, but you really cannot let other people hold you back. If you want to be an entrepreneur and you want to make money, if any home business, whether it's online or offline, you cannot base your decision on other people. You need to just make a decision to get in, just like John did, made a decision to get in and just literally go for it. And once you make a decision, you'll fight. And I said to him, I said, don't worry about these two people, okay? Because you know they sound like they just want to wait and wait and wait. You want people that kind of want to come in and take action and start changing their lives, obviously immediately. And you know, we've got the resources in place and the tools in place. You won't worry about those two people. You know, I've lost two people, three people, four people, whatever. It doesn't faze me because I know there's always a stream of people that are interested if you take an action and using the tools that me and myself can obviously provide for you. So, you know, that's the other thing. It's really time for action, really. And if you're sitting on the fence, don't wait till after Vegas.
Jeremy, can I just add? I'm cutting across you, but in all honesty, guys, the company, and please don't take this the wrong way, the company doesn't care whether you join now or after Vegas. It doesn't make any difference. We don't. It's about what's in it for you by doing so. So it makes absolutely no odds. So we're just here to say, look, if you miss out this opportunity, and I've had these conversations, I promise you, I've had them in the past, where people have said to me, oh, I just wish I'd done it then. Now, then is now, and is now until 12 midnight Eastern time. Eastern time? Yeah, Eastern time,
yeah,
USA, East Coast time. So my head, as far as getting around these time things, are frazzled. But yeah, so it's 12 midnight on the 18th East Coast time. Okay, which is for those of you in the UK, 5 hours ahead of that's 5 in the morning your time. Now, that's when the cutoff. Once it's done, it's done. And we're going to go through exactly what's on the table today, and I can tell you exactly what's not going to be on the table after the 18th. So let's take a look at that. So here's the opportunity. We've looked at the money-making side as far as the trading is concerned. This is now what I love to refer to as people sharing or network marketing. It's you just telling other people in a very simple way. And so they tell some, and so they tell some. It's been around for centuries. And it's the easiest way to actually build a very, very successful business, providing you've got a great product that everybody wants. And we've already been through that. So what's on the table today and how does it affect you? Well, first of all, what we'll do is we'll explain to you the 3x8 matrix. It's a left to right, top to bottom. And some of you will be thinking, well, what on earth does that mean? That's a load of gobbledygook. All it simply means, as you can see on the left here, is that you have a matrix of people. As you join, people will be placed underneath you, below you. And you can see on the left-hand side, if I get my pen on here, there's you at the top. And then somebody's appeared here. Now, these people appearing will either appear from the efforts of yourself and you bringing them into the business, or your inviters, or your team around you. And the fantastic thing about it is that everybody assists in filling everybody's matrix. So that is going to happen once you've joined. So let's just say, for argument's sake, you've looked at this today. Yes, I want to get started. I want to know what's on the table today and why I should take action now. We're going to tell you about that in a moment. Then you get on and you'll see that these people just start appearing in your downline. And as I said, I've explained how that works. Now, you have to qualify. First of all, they'll be there, but what you're going to get is you're going to get a commission from each of those people below you. How does that work? Well, if you take action before the 18th of September, and you're going to hear me really labor this point, that is before midnight on the 18th of September, East Coast time, then you will receive 8% of their monthly subscription. The monthly subscription, in case there's a lot to take in here today, in case you're not joining the dots through, is the $247 a month that somebody's going to pay to use the trading signal or the trading platform with everything that we've just been through. Just park that $247 just to one side, and we'll come back to that in a moment. But you'll receive 8% of that, which is $19.76, for every single person that is placed in the matrix below you and from the levels that you are qualified for. Well, what does that mean? What that means is simply that if you sponsor 2 people to come into Imarketslive, Imarketslive will unlock levels 1 to 4. And you can see how many people there are on each level. Now, these people will appear at some point as the matrix fills, and you will be entitled to receive 8%, which I've already said is $19.76. You do the maths from that number of people on levels 1 to 4. And if you refer 6, the company will open up levels 1 down to 6. Again, you do the maths. Look at the number of people that will eventually be in that matrix. If you add all those numbers together, 6 back to 1, and you know that you're going to get paid 8% from everybody that appears there, and it's not just your efforts, it's your team's efforts, assisted by the company, your inviters' efforts. Everybody is putting people within that matrix. The numbers start to get staggering. If you refer 9, you'll get level 7 opened up. If you refer 12, level 8 will open up. And there is a bonus level further down. This will not be on the table after Vegas. So if you're like the guy that Jeremy was talking to earlier on, saying, I might wait till you get back from Vegas, I can promise you 8% residual monthly commission from people in the matrix below you will not be available. In addition to that, there is also a $400 bonus for every single person you go out and refer up until midnight, the 18th of September, just 2 days' time. The company will pay you $400, and you'll receive that once you're established and you've joined. You've gone through your cooling off period. It's approximately 10 days. You'll receive that directly through. It's paid weekly, no delay. So those are 2 of the things that will not be on the table after Vegas. Am I getting my point across, Jeremy? Maybe we've lost Jeremy. I'll keep going. In addition to that, what we've also got is there is.
Sorry, Lee. I had my Sorry, Lee. I had.
That's right, no problem.
Sorry, Lee. I had the you muted button.
We've got 2 months subscription that is also included. So we mentioned the $247 that we put to one side. And therefore, the $247 at the moment, if you get joined before close of play on the 18th, you've got 2 months subscription, $247 times 2, already included in that $1,500. That means there is nothing further to pay for 60 days. So the simple way of looking at this business, breaking all this down, is one question that you have to ask yourself. If I join today and I spend $1,500 and I lock in all of these bonuses for life, the 8%, etc., etc., can I find 2 other people in an infinite time frame? Doesn't have to be now, tomorrow, next week, or next month. Can I find 2 other people to join me in this business? And if the answer to that is yes, then you know for a fact that you are going to unlock levels 1 to 4 and have that number of people paying you that amount of money from the $247 per month once the matrix is filled. You do the maths. Mr. Bly?
Wow. You know, this is. Let me tell you one of the great things about Imarketslive for me. There's so many businesses out there at the moment, so many business opportunities, and you got to do this and you got to do that, and you got to click on this and click on that, and and everything is always about your money is always tends to be locked in to the company, and it's always a waiting game. This is a business that you can run with straight away and be earning money straight away. And like I say, there is a cooling off period for when you join, but within a week of me doing this business, I'd made more money in 1 week than I had in a full-time job working a month, 8 hours a day. So it just shows you what is possible, but you've got to decide that you want to do it, and you've got to take action. And the compensation plan that Lee's just spoken about, and the way they've got it all set up, is just everything is geared towards us guys being able to make money, and it really just backs up everything that Christopher Terry has said, and what he's all about is about helping the ordinary guy, or somebody, or even what he mentioned to me was a business owner that's working 70 hours a week just to try and keep his business alive, paying the bills, not having the kind of life and the kind of freedom that they're looking for. And this is such a big opportunity. And the guy I was, when I was talking earlier about the guy who wanted to wait until after that, I genuinely felt for him, because I just know it's a massive opportunity that he's not grasping with both hands. So maybe he will. Maybe he's going to be on the call. He's going to maybe get a record on this, and maybe he'll see the opportunity is just, the prize is just too big.
And you can see here the levels that are triggered. We talked about them earlier. Here they are again. If you refer 2 people, you sponsor 2 people to join, levels 1 to 4. I'm just going to flip back to the previous slide. Let me just activate my screen. That'll take us the wrong way. There we go. And levels 1 to 4 opens up with 2 people. If we then go back to the next slide, this is deciding that it doesn't want to play up. There we go. We'll try again. Refer 6. And it unlocks levels through to 6. So again, going back to that, there's the slide, levels down to 6. You can see the numbers in there. If you refer 9 people, then again, level 7 is released to you. As and when that matrix fills, look at the numbers in level 7. Refer 12 people, and there's a lot of people already done that. Level 8 is opened up, and again, you can look at the numbers on level 8. Quite staggering. And when you get to referring 15, the other thing I wanted to emphasize on this slide is the titles. Look at the titles, because this is going to play a huge part at Vegas when the company launches. Referring 2, you're a manager. Refer 6, you're a team director. Refer 9, you're a regional director. Refer 12, you're a national director. And 15 makes you an international director. And there is going to be a huge advantage for jumping from those stepping stones. Take it in small bite-sized pieces. Once you've got 2, then get 6. Once you've got 6, try and get 9. Once you've got 9, and so on. And you're going to see a phenomenal bonus that will be launched at Vegas that could make, if you can get to 15, will probably be life-changing in itself monthly, just for hitting that 15. Irrespective of all the other things, the matrix and your bonuses. This is in addition to. So for you, striving forward and just pushing that little bit extra to tell a few more people about it, there is going to be a great payday announced. Jeremy, take us through the challenge.
Wow. $2 million. As if it wasn't good enough, Christopher Terry's come out with the $2 million challenge. Let me just, and again, John's going to be really embarrassed when he hears this, but I'm going to use him as an example. He's come in within sort of 72 hours. He's got a team of 7 people. Now, if you get 20 new executives within 90 days, okay, so all new ES members must be active for 30 days or more. The first 400 members that achieve this challenge will receive $5,000. Okay, so if you can share this and refer this to 20 people between now and the 1st of November, you should qualify for a £5,000 bonus. Now it's for the first 400 members, and but if you can hit this by 1st of November, there's a very, very, very good chance you're going to be one of those first 400. And they're going to pay this bonus out of $5,000 the first week of December, so just in time for Christmas. Now, how much would $5,000 the first week or second week of December, how much would that affect your Christmas? Because I know it would certainly affect my Christmas. And this is on top of all of the other things. So if you refer 20 people, you've got the fast start bonus up until the 18th. There's going to be a new commission structure after Vegas, which will be revealed in Vegas as to what the commissions will be. You're going to get that. You're going to be filling up your matrix. You're going to be improving your ranks. You're going to be unlocking levels, and you're also going to get $5,000 if you can achieve the 20. I'll be one of the first 400 members to achieve 20 new executives within 90 days. Guys, it's really, really possible. Sorry, Lee. Do you know what? I was going to just mention something. I know in previous, with loads of hangouts and webinars, whenever you use an example, you always say so-and-so refers John. And I always used to think, well, who is this John you've been talking about? Because this John then goes and refers. We know who it is now.
Yeah, that's it. You see, I had that insight. I knew what John was going to do. And of all people, John Smith. I mean, it just couldn't get better. It's wonderful. As I said earlier,
we'll have to invite him to. Maybe we'll invite him onto the hangout from Vegas. Maybe.
Well, I think we should. It's just an average person that just loves the business, and it's what I'm excited about. It's not that it's John, and well done, John. It just keeps it simple. We've had all sorts of examples over that.
Well, there's many success stories.
There's huge success stories of people picking up the telephone and saying, "Hey, Jim, guess what? I've just seen an incredible business. I want you to take a look at it. Get on this webinar this evening, will you? And let me know what your opinion is." Jim gets on the webinar and joins. That took 15 seconds. And that's how easy this is. You don't need to sell it to anybody. It's show and tell. Get them to the webinars. Get them to a Skype call, a 3-way Skype call, so they can see this presentation. Send this link to them that we'll make available afterwards so they can watch that. It's just about doing it for people, helping everybody else. It really is so simple.
But I'd like to mention as well, Lee, one of my team members, Nick, sent me a message one day. How are you doing? Well, I'm quite busy with the launch. What launch? Oh, this launch. Sent him a link to the hangout. I remember it was at 10 o'clock in the evening. And I hadn't slept much the day before because with everything that was happening. And I thought I really need an early night. And Nick contacted me and said, "Jeremy, I really want to speak to you about this." And at 10 past midnight, we were on a Skype call. His partner, "Nicholas, what are you doing at 10 past midnight?" And he said to her, "Look, I'll be up in a minute." But Nicholas, he said, "Look, I'll be up in a minute. This is important." And he was absolutely right. It was important, and he's now
single and divorced.
Rank of team director. Well, no, not anymore, mate, because he's team director. So, I even said to somebody said to me, "Well, if I do this, I'm going to be heading, if I spend $1,500 on this, I'll be heading for the divorce courts." And I said, "Look, don't worry, mate, because you'll soon come back when your matrix starts filling up."
Yeah, don't worry,
and
don't worry
about
it.
An inflatable speedboat to impress.
Yeah, I mean, there are stories after stories, and we'll give you one more. I had a contact from a family member, Jeff Bishop, and he's away at the moment, unfortunately. And again, he said, I saw a post in your Facebook group about IML. What's that all about? A retired businessman lives in Sussex, doesn't really understand computers to a great degree, and I explained everything to him. He gets it. He's a retired, very successful businessman. He said, I love the business model. I love the opportunity that there is on both sides. I want to do the forex. I'd like to learn a bit more about it, but I don't want to be an expert. And I've got several people I think that would like this. 48 hours later, he'd got 3 people already joined. Within 7 days, he'd got 6 and has now gone away on holiday. So it took him a week. He got 6 people in. He's got a bonus to pick up in Vegas. And he's 80 years of age, incredibly young, 80, fit, healthy, plays golf, etc., etc. But 80 years of age, who just and didn't use his computer, didn't any of the technology that's out there, just picked the phone up and said to people, "Take a look at this. I'm going to email you a link or get onto this webinar." Spoke to them, done. It's that simple. It really is.
He's 80
So
years old. So
brings
there's
us
no
on to the final
excuses.
point. Sorry, Jimmy, you want to say something?
No, just really, there's no excuses. We can all find excuses. Um, Jeff didn't. He found 6 people.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
It really is. It's easy to do.
So Vegas, it's here. We're not going to go through the rest of the slides as far as what's there because it's full. It's sold out. It's going to be an incredible 3 days. It's probably one of the most prestigious launches, probably the most prestigious venue in the world, or at least one of. It's the Grand Ballroom of the Bellagio Hotel. This will give you an idea of the financial backing this company has got. 3 days here alone, I dread to think, and you should see the agenda and the itinerary for the event. The whole play is going to be about burying broke. Broke will be no more. It's going to be firmly buried a long way down, and never to be seen again. And that's the focus of IML. It's just staggering what's going to be there. We've got live trading. We've got all the traders have been flown in from all around the world to be at the event, to interact with the people that are flying in. There's loads flying in from Europe and the UK. Absolutely cannot wait to get there. And I know, Jeremy, you're off literally Tuesday evenings the last week and communicate before you fly over, which is can't wait till we get together and catch up. It's been a long time. But guys, there is going to be so
Yep.
much to tell you about from Vegas. But what you need to be asking yourself now is we've just highlighted 3 things that are not going to be available after Vegas. That's 8% in commissions. That's 2 months subscription built into your membership. And in addition to that, I've completely forgotten the third one. In addition to that, the bonuses that are there at $400 per person will also not be available. So you need to make a decision. If this business sounds right for you, if you want a one-to-one chat with your inviter or sponsor, then please get back to them and do that now. Wake them up if you need to. Whatever you need to do, do not miss the deadline of midnight on the 18th of September because you will kick yourself. And if you don't think, and there will be a commission, of course there will from the Matrix, but it will not be 8%. And therefore, I can tell you that if you intend to bring in any more than 6 people into this business, that's not very many. That difference for you taking action today or leaving it until after Vegas would potentially cost you thousands per month. That's all I can say. 2 things we'd like to pick up on before we go, but Jeremy and I will jump on questions. If you have any, now is the time to ask. So please stick them in the box and we'll scroll through them and see whether there's anything here, and see what we've got. Do you want to pick them up to start with, Jeremy, or do you want me to start?
You can start with the first one.
Why not? Okay. Gentleman saying here, Jason, I don't have the $1,500 at the moment. and I've had bad experiences over
Neither did I.
over over scams before. Jason, understand that entirely. That's entirely, I'm sorry to hear that you've had those problems, but believe you me, I have a group of 300 people I work with daily. They've had their fingers burnt before. We started the call off with that, which is people that have dabbled in Forex have had their fingers burnt. So quite simply, there's an opportunity here for you to get in either side of this business, be it people sharing if you know people that are interested in the business. And what I will say to you is go back and talk to your inviter or sponsor. If you would like to get involved in this business and you believe that there's people that you can share with, as I said, you need to be thinking of bringing at least 2 people in, and you've got those people. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't, I don't know. But if you have, then talk to your inviter and sponsor and get them to talk to Jeremy or myself. There is a way we can make it happen. At the end of the day, that's down to you. We'd love to help you if we can, but the bottom line is that it's a lot of it is down to you and wanting to make this work. So that's the only advice I can give you.
Yeah, can I just say, Lee, just touching, sorry, Lee, just touching on that, and I totally, he says he's a single father, and I've been, I've been there, and know it's tough, and I've been in a scenario where, I haven't had the money to get started, but there are ways that you can raise, that kind of money, and, share this with people that you know that maybe have that kind of money, and share the opportunity with them. And for you sharing the opportunity with them, see if they'll, see if you can raise the money, do a deal with them, and see if you can get yourself started. I mean, I literally, when Lee spoke to me about this opportunity, I just had a couple of holidays, and I mean, I was flat broke 14, 15 months ago, totally broke. I had a business offline that failed, and I had to pick myself up and get on with things. And when Lee approached me about this, I've just had a couple of holidays. I was pretty much spent out, but I found the money to get this done, and I actually made all of my money back plus some within 7-8 days, just because I believed in the business. And if you believe in the business, just don't think you haven't got it. Just try and sit down for 5 minutes with a piece of paper and think of all the people that could help you get started in this business, and contact them and share this recording of this webinar, or share the presentation. Speak to your inviter, like Lee said, and see what they can do as well. See if they can find a way of helping you. Okay, maybe not financially, but just look at every opportunity you can. Sorry, Lee.
Not at all. Not at all. Question here from Steve, and I'm just quickly doing the maths because I'm not going to flick back all the way through the sides. So Steve says, why do they only give 1% on level 9? That would be half of 1996. I'm not quite sure whether you finished that question off, Steve. I think you've missed the point, Steve. If you look at level 9 and how many people will be on level 9 once the matrix is filled, that's 19,683 people on level 9. So you refer 15 people to this business. It's a great question, Steve. You refer or sponsor 15 people. That will open up levels 9. If you take $19.76 today and you take 1% of that, forgive me if I'm wrong, but that's roughly 20 cents. Okay, that's $0.2, 20 cents. If you take 20 cents and multiply it by 19,683 people that you'll be entitled to, that's nearly $4,000, Steve, as a bonus for referring 3 more people. So where you were on 12, you're now on 15. That's $4,000. Once it's filled, that's a very nice bonus. Okay, just flicking through these. Keith Pound, who bought in John Smith, I believe. Jeremy has said you won't feel he's ordinary when you meet him. So great. But obviously he has an exceptional talent of some sort, or maybe I don't know, maybe he's just very attractive. I don't know either which way, but we'll find out.
Well, Keith did initially say that you can hire him for weddings or something, so we'll see.
Perfect. What do we got here? Saw My Country. Thanks, Rob. Saw My Country is not on the list, so gather I'm not allowed to participate. Thanks, Mitch. Do check that, Mitch, if you're still on here. not sure whether that's the case, but there are certain
If your
countries that
country's
have.
not on the list, then you're fine.
Yeah,
There's
I'm
a
not.
there's a list. I don't know if he's referring to a list of countries where you can't participate.
Yeah, there are certain
It's only a
countries
few
that have been
countries.
produced on a list that states that those countries cannot participate in this due to fraud, etc., in those regions. But the majority of the world, and I mean, we're already spanning the globe with this business, can participate in Imarketslive. So please check that information.
South Africa, I'm sure, is not on that list. I'm
No,
sure
South
South
Africa. No,
Africa
there's
can
various places. I
participate.
know Nigeria is one issue. There's a variety of them, and it's purely because of online fraud. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay, let's keep going through questions. Andy Cummings, can people who qualify for the intro bonus levels at the last minute still go to Vegas to collect the bonus on stage? Well, Andy, I don't know whether that's a question for you or for somebody that you know. The bottom line is that if you wanted to come to Vegas, and Linda will kill me for saying this, and you had people that you know, like John Smith has done, and that's what we've managed to facilitate with him. Vegas was sold out. He's coming to pick up his bonus. We've made it happen. So please talk to your inviter, sponsor. If it's you or somebody that you know, then it may be feasible, certainly. Any other questions, guys? Because I think we've gone through most of them. Just scrolling back through it. Again, nope, I think that's pretty much it. Okay, we're going to go on to a couple of final points before we let you go. I've covered Vegas and the rankings. So again, I'm just going to emphasize because I can't tell you anymore. Pushing forward now, if you're on 2, you're already in this business, to get 6 is important. If you're on 6, to get 9 is going to be really important. To get 12, if you're already on 9, is going to be really important. And 15, you got to do it if you're on 12. I think I've covered that. So please start looking at that closely now. That's all I can tell you. Jeremy, traffic update.
Traffic update. Okay. Yeah, some of the tests are out live actually. So all the testing's been done. So a couple of people might have had some opt-ins and so forth. But basically, the certificate's going to go. It's going to go up massively either later today or so. The traffic is there, and I just want to say, in regards to the traffic, I know everybody is keen to obviously get traffic out, and I know everybody's keen when the funnels come out to get the funnels and everything else. But me and Lee, we have plenty of challenges on a weekly, probably daily, possibly hourly basis. What we don't do is we don't really come on to you guys and say, oh, you know, this has happened, or this guy's gone missing, or he hasn't returned, because we don't want to bore you with all that stuff. The idea of what we offer is all done for you, and you don't worry about it, okay? But there are challenges, and sometimes things do get delayed. For example, we had an issue this weekend. I could have got all of the solo ads right now. I could have got them all out, obviously, on Friday evening. But what happened, we noticed that the tracking pixel that we put in obviously wasn't working properly. So what we then had to do, we had to reinstall the tracking pixels, and it is, you know, it's probably a 10-minute job, but when you're actually trying to get hold of people that are on different time levels and time zones and everything else, it's not as easy as you think. But it basically means that it kind of set things back 24 hours. Now, why is tracking so important? You know, one of the biggest things, and I've always said this whenever I've spoken about traffic, whether it's classified ads, solo ads, and everything else, testing and tracking is 95% of it. Because if you're not tracking and you're not testing, you don't know whether something's working properly. Now, you only have to have a slight shift. The difference between a 30% opt-in rate and a 20% opt-in rate is absolutely massive to your business. The other thing we've been trying to do as well, we know we've got a lot of people from the UK. We're trying to increase the amount of traffic that's actually going out to UK. So I think before the first campaign, it was probably 80%, 85% USA, probably 10, 15%, you know, other UK-speaking countries. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to increase that ratio because we know a lot of people here from the UK, and with the callbacks, it's a little bit easier if they're on a similar time zone. So, like I say, please be patient with the traffic. I'd love to see the traffic go out. In an ideal world, you guys would order the traffic, we'd fill up the co-op immediately, we'd get everything over to everything's perfect, and it all goes out within 24, 48 hours. The reality of it is it doesn't often happen like that. So,
and in case you're wondering what on earth we're talking about, if you're new to the business with traffic and pixels, etc., once you start in a business like this, what we've done is we've developed a sales funnel, a presentation, like a shortened version of this sort of thing, that you can have built for yourself, that you can utilize to present this business opportunity to other people, and then they can click and ask for more information. But obviously, that such a funnel or sales presentation is only as good as people seeing it. So what we also do, and Jeremy's an expert in, is producing and sending out this sort of presentation to thousands and thousands of people on your behalf. That's the traffic. That means people that are looking for an online business opportunity, that see an email that they receive, getting them to click on it, and then they see your presentation. It's as simple as that. And it works incredibly well. And there is a system available for you. And corporate also, IML will be launching a system, a very elaborate system at Las Vegas to help you grow this business in that way. But yeah, guys, we do the very best that we can. We are very accountable to all of you. We're delighted to be able to be working within IML and make sure that we help you build the businesses. But as Jeremy said, please be patient and bear with us. Guys, that's pretty much it, I think.
Sorry, Lee. Can I just say as well? One of the things I have managed to do, okay, is before we had a deal with a solo ad company, we had to get 10,000 clicks to be able to get the deal that we've got. Okay. Now, what I have done is obviously now that they know we're serious, they know that we're going to be ordering traffic on a regular basis. Not at the moment, but I am trying to get it so that we can literally have a cut-off date of, say, it'd probably be every Tuesday. And if you have your solo ad ordering by Tuesday, your ads will go live by the weekend. So it's not quite in place yet, but that is what I'm striving towards. So we should be able to make things a little bit slicker.
Outstanding, great work. And Jeremy's always looking to better it. I know he had a very hard chat with one of the providers over the weekend about something he wasn't happy with. We're fighting your corner continually, guys, to make sure that you got plenty of people looking at your business. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jeremy, and look forward to seeing you in a couple of days in Vegas. Cannot wait. But guys, final word, please. Get back to your inviter now. Get back to your sponsor. Ask them how you get started. Find the money. Team up with a family member and split it if you need to. Just get in.